Oh, fuck my hand. Welcome back, you fuckers. Welcome back to Danganronpa. We're about to go to the trial. Anyway, let's do this shit. I just paused it for like a second. I'm not gonna keep that little 1 second clip, but anyway. It feels a lot less. Everyone had heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered by the red door. As soon as we were all there.
Monokuma appears!
What the fuck? Hello? I'm not saying it multiple times. He's multiplied?
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because it's an illusion. I'm moving so fast that it looks like I'm multiplied. Can you tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can't we just get in the elevator already?
Boy, tough crowd.
You're not playing along.
Stop talking.
We're not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
Then everyone's here and ready to go. Please board the pain train elevator. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we?
Please.
Hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet. None of us are mentally prepared.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You gotta pay for your sins. I say that all the time.
What the heck?
I told you already, I didn't do it for serious. Then that reminds me. Did you ever find the other costume? Or did not? Well, no, but how unfortunate. Then it would seem we have our culprit.
Hey.
This isn't the place to talk about it. Save your accusations when we get to the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first, and then the story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Ifumi and Taka get away with it. And for one who's still alive. For those who lost their lives. The one who killed Ifumi and Taka. The one who killed two of our friends. The killer is someone right here. Let's get this shit over with. I took one last deep breath and inhaled slowly. I began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was on board, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. The clunking of the elevator keeps us company as we fell further and further. There was no going back. Till we sell this, we can't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to stop. The elevator door slipped open, opening to a cruel fate. Wait, what the hell? When I see all of you gathered together like this, I realize how few of you there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax.
Just the worst.
Only because of you. Why? Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other?
What?
What? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm so cute.
Come on.
Stop goofing around and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I'll never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after this commercial break. I never hold out on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened once again. I fucking get it. Yeah. Let's see. Do we got any skills though? The Ben Shapiro bullet algorithm. Oh yeah, I forgot this. Who do we get this from? Here's the speed of memorizing the statement. Okay. Okay, we got nothing else. We get what's in our EE handbook? Crucibles. How many do we have? 17. The file, blue tarp, glasses, Actually, let's look at this one again. Fumi's body disappeared when... Okay. Okay. Luckily, I'm not gonna talk anymore.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
Was
It
that?
Hiro. He does not have
Was
an
that?
alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
What
Who are
the?
you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Poggers? Is Hiro really the killer, or before anything else, we need to make that clear? Yeah. Hiro's message.
Everything we found in your room,
Uh-huh.
the blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough
Yeah.
that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
Wait. Let me see. Look at the blueprints. The handwriting.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts,
The blueprints.
No, that's wrong.
She just mentioned the blueprints and... Yeah, that was pretty obvious.
Are we sure?
Right,
Hiro
obvious. I
really
mean, I didn't
made
know
those
shit. I
blueprints?
actually didn't. I was confused.
what do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
You see? The bitch gets it. The bitch gets it.
What?
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Of course he passed it on to me. This is why I call him a
So?
bitch.
Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
It's Hiro, mostly because we noticed he was the only one who could actually fit in it.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
And also
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
I love this bitch.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What a Chad. He's a Chad. We need a new Chad after Mondo left us, so he's the new Chad.
Now that's a bold assumption.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Alright.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
Fine.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
Yeah.
Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Yeah. Things that were used to move. They must have been The dolly.
I got it!
Uh-huh. Still one thing. And it's tarp, because his body was on a tarp.
I got it!
Hell yeah.
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Bitch? What's the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room.
Yeah.
So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
Yeah.
But when the body disappeared,
so
did the dolly.
There's literally a wheel
Later,
trail right there.
When Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
Yeah.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
What do you mean?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room.
That is true.
Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
He's acting like he's a fucking...
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway.
I've been simping for you. Shut up, bitch.
We have all accepted the fact that you rarely
Shut up, bitch!
what's going on around you.
Why again? Is it every girl I simp for just destined to die? Is Kyoko next? What the fuck? Anyway, wow. I've never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. But maybe I can change your mind. If I can just explain to him why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. I knew oh, okay. Yeah. Let's talk about reloading. Starting with the next bullet. One more ingredient to the ammo count. The tab key. Tab key. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm unkind, so... Tab key now has an option. Oh, this, the moment of truth thing.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool.
Oh, fuck.
So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch.
Oh, no.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you.
Alright.
I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
Holy shit, that was so close. Holy shit. Holy shit.
If If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved,
Holy
I
shit!
have it right here.
That was so fucking close.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheels. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident. As the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository.
Holy shit.
So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
That was too goddamn close. Jeez, Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I think it's a robot, man.
I'm not sure that really matters.
Holy
Happy
shit.
to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
I'm still trying to
If you
relax.
look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
Yeah, possibly. I can be clear by... Alright, let's see. What does he mean by that?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yeah.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp,
Yeah.
then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Wait.
Then you could push the dolly no problem.
Would it?
So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
Wait, let me check something again. I just something I need to control. Okay. Oh, I didn't have handles to push it. You'd have to bend over, yeah.
As we know,
Taka was killed, and from there...
Yeah, the culprit then loaded it onto the dolly.
Now,
keep in mind that the...
Well, yeah, but even without a handle, all you'd have to do is
You
bend
can't.
over.
Wait, you can't bend over and everything, can you?
No, that's wrong.
I don't think so.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low.
Yeah.
But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Yeah. I'm blind. Yeah, you can't. You're blind as bad. You can't see your feet. You can't bend to the waist.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah.
It'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's
Yeah.
very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely, yeah, no chance, because, no, yeah, you can't, no, because he needed help to take it off.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
Yeah. Yeah, there's a clasp.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing
Yeah.
up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo Justice
Oh my
couldn't
fucking
make it?
god! Sorry, Fran just saying he could have streamed today because his plans got fucked over. Anyway.
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hiro in the robot suit, correct?
Yeah.
No, wait. Just a second, if you please.
What?
Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a
bruv.
good look at it, did you not? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
What? How'd you get hurt? Yeah,
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Why are you listening to Lolita, man? She's been pushing this and we just have evidence that's not him.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
That's a vibe.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself.
Yes.
We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Wait, I'm yelling at people right now.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
Yeah, that was my phone again. Fuck off.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office...
What's wrong? Oh, yeah.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that...
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone.
Yeah, I remember this.
And then...
Yeah.
At that point, we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office,
I'm gonna kick Echo's ass, by the way.
while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor. to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office.
Yeah.
But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising.
Yes. Yeah.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
I'm just trying to hurry
When
this
we
up,
got
man.
there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
Yeah. My ear's itchy.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated.
It does sound complicated.
It certainly
like love
seems
and love
to me
life.
that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation. And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradictions what happened between Taka. Yeah. Okay. Monokuma File 3.
So, regarding Taka's death,
Yeah.
I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Wait.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true
Yeah.
that Hifumi was killed with
Wait,
Justice
but-
Hammer 3.
The thing is...
Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Wait a minute. Why would he do that? We're numbered, but... Yeah.
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was while Taka's death.
See? So it's
Look
obvious
at
Taka came
this.
after.
Numbered. They were numbered, but... Were they really just...
So, regarding Taka's death,
I wonder if he, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
Wait, was
What
it...
makes you say that?
Because of the numbering
No, wait.
of the Justice Hammers.
I think it's numbering.
true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came
From a swing.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in.
Okay, thank God.
No.
Thank God. That was the most... That was the biggest fucking guess I could have had done. The only clue I had was that
There's
fucking
no
thing at the
reason
end.
to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
Holy
If
shit.
anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
That
So
is
you're
true.
saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi?
Yeah.
Okay then, let's see the proof.
Something that related to what? Oh yeah, the wristwatch. Hangman's gaming. Yeah, wristwatch. I fucking know it. There's an H. I need an H.
Now I understand.
Like a bitch!
I've got it! Taka's wristwatch! See? Look! It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night...
Yeah. Ten
So
for
if
the
it
good
wasn't
boys and
broken
girls.
after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption
Yeah.
about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That
Yeah.
way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
Yeah.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Yeah, we get it, we get it. I've seen this.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
Wait, but didn't he die later?
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If that's true, where's the tape?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Hey, he's trying to think of something.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct? And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
Wait,
Yeah.
then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
She could have.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
He's fat. Yeah. But
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
I thought we just cleared Hero though.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In
How?
particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
Yeah, not. Yeah.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up
They
to
keep
the
on calling
third
him fat, and it's
in
funny.
that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Poggers?
The dead body moved on its own?
Poggers? I'm kidding. I can't see that.
No! Not another... ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
Yeah.
He was Alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
I mean, he did come back to...
He was simply playing dead.
Yeah.
That it isn't possible.
How? I mean, it is possible if you think about it. We did find him, and he did like the broken wristwatch.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Yeah.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
I mean...
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone
Oh,
else's
it could have been Taka's
discovery.
body. Because then the announcement here played... Yeah.
Are you saying that when we first
Found Hifumi and there's a chance he was...
No, it is if Hifumi was dead, without...
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Yeah.
And that is why the announcement...
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found him, there's a chance he was actually...
No, it is
Damn it.
impossible.
Hifumi was dead.
And you know that
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Hifumi's
Dead body had been found.
Was it this? Yeah.
No, that's wrong.
Because Taka was found at the same time. It could have been for him. Because Hifumi woke up later in the...
Was the body discovery
repository?
announcement
Yeah,
that was
repository.
made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if two
Yeah.
bodies had been found, there really should have been two announcements.
Yeah.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man.
Wait a minute.
We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again.
Yeah.
If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
The second body, yeah. First time played, we found each body in the, yeah, was in the, yeah, when it was rediscovered.
We heard it a second time in the repository. We rediscovered the 2 bodies.
A body has been discovered. I can't do that voice phone.
It didn't seem weird at the time. But it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies,
Then in reality,
Yeah.
when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, being discovered for the first time.
Sorry, I just
So
got.
when we found
I didn't
Hifumi
realize
the
that.
first time in the nurse's office,
I'm
he
stupid.
wasn't
I skipped
actually
some
dead
lines.
yet.
Still.
Meaning he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
I don't think
That is
so.
the worst logic I have ever heard.
Same, I gotta
But
agree with
honestly,
that.
I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then. Let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Yeah.
Well, here's one thing we do know.
Alright.
The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Yeah.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom,
Yeah.
his body disappeared.
Yeah.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
Yeah.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned,
I don't think
there
that's...
was no notable difference.
Wait, what are his glasses though?
Then, was he really still alive?
Of course not.
Because of the glass
It is
thing.
impossible.
That sounds reasonable because
Ridiculous.
he had blood on his glasses in the... Yeah. The blood, like glasses.
Well, here's one thing we do know.
Oh, shit.
The first time we found Hifumi's, and then his body disappeared.
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body other than the change in,
there was no
notable difference.
No, that's wrong. In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood.
Sorry, I'm responding to a message and shit, man.
But when we found it again later in the repository, they were spotless.
Poggers?
And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Yeah, it was that a thingy. What was it? Like, what's it called? Oh yeah, glass cleaning cloth.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
Yeah, I think so.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing.
Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
You know, I'm thinking
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
You know, I'm gonna...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
So I decided, mostly because I'm tired, I kind of want to play with friends now. I'm gonna stop recording for today. I will record the rest of the episode some other time. So I'll see you guys when I start recording again. Hello, it's 7 in the morning. I'm gonna go to sleep after knowing this.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
Fucking hell.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Yeah?
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's true, that is true.
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office.
Alright, let's
He
see.
pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
It does, it really
But
does.
then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
No, I don't think so.
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
Ah.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot!
Damn.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
Yeah.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
Yeah.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
Damn.
But that means he took part in the murders.
Hifumi murdered someone, I'm guessing. I didn't think he had it in him.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Yes, please.
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
The note? Right? It's the note, right? That's...
I got it!
Yeah, I got it.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his
Hey!
pants?
Yes, his pants.
What the fuck, Sakura?
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Ah, yes, the pants. Oh. Hifumi.
Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Taka, considering the paper.
I got it! That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
What?
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right?
Yeah.
Whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Wait, what?
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
That's what I'm assuming.
Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Calm down. Damn. Just like Jack, she was crazy. Those aren't what I'm reading. I'm just saying my fucking thoughts. But still. Oh shit. Anyway, I can't let her get to me. I hate the cold so fucking much. What could it be? I'll figure it out.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for
Peter
must have
wristwatch.
been Huffy!
No, I don't think so.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
Yeah.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Oh wait, was that a wristwatch? Yeah, that's a wrist. Oh no, yeah. The broken wristwatch
Note,
stand.
right? Then the person it was, it must have been happy. But remember, what time did it?
6 a.m. I believe.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
Happy had the note. Then the person it was must have been happy. But remember, what time did it?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter. The note has nothing to do with TikTok.
No, that's wrong.
Third time's a charm, bitches.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is, we've already proven that
Oh
using
shit.
his wristwatch.
Sorry, I got distracted for a second.
But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted.
Well, when you put it like that.
No further objections.
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me.
Yeah.
The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less.
Most likely. Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Yeah.
He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
No, yeah, I think it's pretty obvious what the proof is. Wait, why don't they just go the other way? I just realized something. Because it's like at the end. No.
I got it!
Poggers.
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup. They're from the same piece of paper.
Poggers.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap.
I hate motorcycles, I really do. I just honestly hate them.
Did I get all that right?
Yes.
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive!
You can't just say in fact and then say stuff crazy.
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
Yeah.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
Yeah.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
Yeah.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
That is true.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus.
Walrus?
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
Yes? Why do you say it like them?
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Yeah.
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of...
Hell yeah! It's packed in there good and tight.
Sorry about skipping, I just got distracted.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
Oh. It's Paula's hammer, okay.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Oh, I just
Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
It could
Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info.
What the hell?
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
No, that wasn't, was it? No, it wasn't, because we literally mentioned they were all in different spots. So it'd be impossible for them to get it.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris.
Grit.
But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
Yeah.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Yeah.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
That is also true.
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be a reason to work for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but the spotless hammer.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Two murders. No chance.
Based on the rules that have been laid out
Oh
for
wait,
us,
I got it.
Even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really applies if there. In this case, however, there were two murders.
There we go. It's impossible. I get it now.
based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on
Oh,
this.
for fuck's sake, it's stupid. Stupid.
Shoot!
I forgot that it
That have been
disappears.
laid out for us, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really in this case, however, there were two murders.
Got it.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complete,
Only the one who actually carried, assuming the rule holds true.
Got it, finally.
No, that's wrong. Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If
Yeah.
there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Yeah.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme.
Yeah.
There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
Yes.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So
Yeah.
in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
Yes.
And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
Yes.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Yeah.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Well, how? They haven't made this convincing. Kyoko was so fact from the beginning, which is not to look at a series of connected events was entirely separate entities. Kyoko's really amazing, although when thinking about it, she's almost too amazing. This man is hard-ass simping for her. When again, some might. Never mind. It's almost unnatural how good
I
she is.
understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and murder him. In the debates up till now, the case is unfolded and consider it. There's only really one person who seems to it. Considering, no, she was knocked the hell out and during it. She was with us. But it's locked to the inside, so she's just somewhere else. She was with he was in a fun costume in the locker. He's a bitch. I want to choose him for the hell of it, but no. Pretty sure it's her.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
God fucking damn it.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is it that we had in common? Well, I mean, it's just they're the only ones who encountered him during the whole time, so I'm guessing it's this.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit,
the person,
doesn't it?
And seeing they got attacked with it?
The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Yeah.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Oh, come on, man.
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Yeah.
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct?
Yeah.
And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
So, yeah.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
she let out a blood-curdling scream.
Yeah.
And when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said? Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was to get us to divide into two groups, so that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
Yes, I'm guessing.
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up. Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, and on top of that, that piercing cry of yours earlier. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
That is true. That is very, very true. You can't not say that isn't suspicious.
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
Yeah. I didn't expect that. Yeah.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered.
Yes, you did.
You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah, I said that.
I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you.
Yeah.
She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
It really does.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but... Looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
I'm sorry, I'm doing something.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Yeah.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Yeah.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
Oh, there goes the
You
screen.
hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said?
Alright.
If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Let's see. Well, what's he alluding to? Let's see. Monica File 3.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this.
Yeah.
Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused.
Yeah.
They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here.
Yeah.
We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Wait a minute. Didn't she
And
say
that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
But she didn't know Taka was dead. Didn't Byakuya just say that?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this.
Yeah.
Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those.
Yeah, there.
No, that's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys die. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed?
Yeah.
And because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations?
Yeah.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
Makes me give some.
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit.
Oh.
Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
Yeah.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations. It wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. Another possibility is Hifumi's dragging the suspect away.
I got it!
Yeah.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Dumb bitch.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit.
Yes.
We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Yeah.
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
How?
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Oof. So that's the thing can prove there's no way Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. It's really possible. Alright, let's see what we've got today. I'm pretty sure it's a costume.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight!
Yeah.
You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright.
Yeah.
If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like
Wait
that.
a minute.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
You can only stand up straight in a costume, right? They can't bend to the waist.
You dressed me up in that... Then you just draped me... You tried to make me look...
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, that if the person inside the suit, there's no way they could stand up straight.
No, that's wrong. No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
Oh, my mic.
Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Yeah. Ow, my leg's itchy. My leg's
right.
itchy.
They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Really? Yeah.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Yeah.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Yep.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh, shit.
Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Okay, you trying to kill... Yeah. Yes.
When we asked him who had attacked him. His answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
Yeah.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Wait, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're
Yeah.
only
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
Yeah.
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Shit. Shit,
Kyoko,
man.
what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
It was by last names.
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Shut up.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
Yeah.
The name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. She
What did you just say? To think you take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
God damn.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
You want me to answer that? You want me to answer that? I'm about her feelings.
Do I? What?
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Fine! Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Celeste won't give up, so then I'm just gonna make her accept it. The e-handbook, right?
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is...
Oh.
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
Shit.
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
Wait, what the fuck?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
Wait.
That's the only truth there is! Moron!
Yeah.
Hifumi was trying to... He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times?
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan?
I'm not pretending. And since you have no way to contradict...
That's the only truth there is! Moron!
I hate lies. I'm gonna do the one before.
Hifumi was trying... He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times?
Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go on
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
That's the only truth there is! Moron!
I hate lies. I keep on this.
Hifumi was trying... He wanted us to know the killer. If there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? Celestial Ludenberg got...
How long do you plan
To go on
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me...
I should have gone for
No,
that corner.
that's wrong.
Beginning.
That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right?
Yeah.
Monokuma told us all about it before.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Yeah. Ah, shit, I'm just starting to think over this, Oh, those are from the other... Oh, there's a clock. Uh... 1 o'clock? Oh, that makes sense, because Hero's there now. My guess is, he's about to get knocked out. Let's see. Clock. No, because this happened later, right? He was killed with 3. So my guess is this one. Oh no, the mallet's also part of this one, right? Let me go quickly check other stuff. This right here. Oh no, wait. This right here, actually. That'd make more sense. This right here. Wait, isn't this where we found 4, right? And I think this one's 2, right? 2? I believe so, it's 2.
The killer is you!
Let's see if I got any of this right.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Yeah.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault.
Yeah.
They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Yeah.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder.
Yeah. Oh, shit. There's only one thing left that I have. Is it this? Wait, let me check everything else just in case. Oh, wait, no. It was 4 that was over there. Shit, I'm stupid. It was 4 though, because they wanted to set people off. Now I feel...
Here's exactly what happened. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect.
Yeah.
The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story.
Yeah.
With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did.
Yeah.
We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for.
Yeah.
He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned... Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository.
Yeah.
That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them.
Yep, that's the thumbnail.
And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
Bonk.
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Oh.
Interesting.
Well then. I didn't get I got a C. I'm getting my ass beat. Fuck. A B. Hey, it's still a negative total. I am not getting my ass beat. Never mind. 105 points. Holy shit.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote. Okay.
Thank
if you
Monokuma.
would,
Very
please
cool.
locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
We get it. We get it. We get it. Bonk.
What?
It's actually a formality at this point. But once again, you're totally correct. The black, and this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Ludenberg, or precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I didn't have a voice for that yet. I honestly didn't. I was told what was gonna happen, but no, I didn't have a voice for that yet, so shit. I guess trying to work with someone was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond my calculations.
I knew it.
So you did really approach Hifumi with this plan. How'd you get him to agree? I can't imagine he'd happily agree to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty. They'll make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then what did you know? What? I knew you figured out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice.
Indeed.
I used her. For the one who's still left. I'm going to mention my name, but it was the one thing that Hifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean there's some alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. So sad.
In other words...
And you're the one who stole it.
Indeed.
That is right.
I see.
And use the drag Hifumi into the plan you've come up with. Right again? After last night, we had a meeting about how it disappeared. I paid Hifumi a visit. Oh, nice dream Hifumi. What are you doing here?
Actually,
I was hoping to talk to you alone. It was about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
Are you okay with
It was
this?
Taka. He saw it.
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see? As it turned out, I found use for the digital camera. I'd taken, what the Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I showed it to Fumi, of course. Wait, my nose is stuffy.
Damnation!
So it was him. But how did he do it? He's just supposed to yell if either of us get close to him. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He dared.
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and it was very hard for me to even say he abused me. God damn.
What?
He took pictures. He said if I did not do it as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
Damnation!
That's a crime, an absolute crime. I mean, I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he'd go this far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please. If you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually...
Taka is planning to use her to escape. And he has made you his target.
What?
Escape? You don't mean... Taka is gonna go to try to kill you. Now. What?
Indeed.
Also, he can keep her to himself. That bastard. Bastard.
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue such barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear I will save her!
Thank you for me, Rachel.
Actually...
Then, would you like to join with me? It so happens I have come up with a plan. Huh? I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. If only agreed without a second thought. The effect the item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even a love as twisted as that, can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. Was that strange costume Fumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, there's a real pain of blood too. When I asked him to do something, make something the size of a face and general body size, I knew he could make something like that. That's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
So why did you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. Oh, that's it?
Let's see...
In that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed my every expectation. Life must have really been tough on your parents, though. I feel like I could cry.
Well.
But then you were explaining your plan to me. How did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Fumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That is simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone shut up, I told him that if he told him to stay, he'd say he's been wounded. He was on the verge of death, and he just barely held on. And you really believe that? Of course. That wasn't all there was to it. To explain to Fumi, the plan was, well, while you were questioning him about what happened to him, I was going to go murder someone else. At that point, if Fumi would have had an alibi, so no one doubted him I told him that and he believed it. It's all very seems straightforward. Stereotypical. I just matched the lie to level up the opponent. In fact, with whom he ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
So in the end...
So he had planned to kill them all along. But of course, there had been no point in my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How could human life mean so little to you?
Well...
It's not an issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you just sound like Byakuya. My throat's dry. I've been recording for an hour.
I wonder about that.
No. He derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Really? Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money. It's true. But it's not theirs to it. From the moment our new life began, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how much we had to accept living here.
You little bitch!
Obviously, that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch!
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream. Accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there's no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream. And what was that dream of yours?
Isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. A castle. And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my brothers/bodyguards. I was gonna make them dress like vampires and satisfy my every need. And once I attained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life there was my only dream, my only goal, and that's what life's all about. Combined my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but...
There is nothing to be done.
Unfortunately, my dream had been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream till the very end. So why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate. You wasn't really able to kill your own friends for it.
Oh.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing about sacrificing others to my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's there is for me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it simply terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be singing. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My believable lie is unraveled. And I take pride in that. Unrivaled. It's not just other people. I can feel my own emotions. The conscious to see is unconscious. That's why you're not scared?
Yes,
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then...
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I'd like to come back as Marie Antoinette. But she died at the young age as well. You want to die young twice?
Hey!
You just get executed again. You see? Guillotine time, motherfuckers. So let's smile then. When she said that, she looked at me with a poor effort to force it. She claimed to fool her own feelings, but as seen herself, must have been a final lie. And that fake weak smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You done? Okay, let's get rolling. The blackness of the priest, it must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
Thank you.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
Oh.
What?
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important.
Alright.
Well then, take care, everyone.
My ears itchy. Yeah, I hit my mic multiple times.
Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
I'm about to get another copyright strike. Copyright strike. The burning of the Versailles witch. Welcome back to the 1600s. I miss those days. I love how everything's still like messed up when you try to like fuck. It's that's stupid as fuck. Anyway. Oh, she's dead. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friends, so I can't pity her, but I can also deny at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone could have cut free of their own regrets in the outside world, so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You guys need to place more value in your lives.
What are you gonna
Jeez.
do?
And I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
Why do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash. Just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yeah. Yes, it is. But that reality just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us?
How strange.
God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Get a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did I see you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So, what's the deal with that?
What?
What's the matter?
So then...
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
You...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body?
Ooh.
Oh,
How
man.
exciting.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. Huh. What was that just now? The mastermind incident in Kyoko's body. What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's just about time I just got out of here.
Well?
Well, you guys can go on and enjoy your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later!
you. Markham disappeared, leaving us all depressed with all the despair. Although it wasn't all despair, it was one small hope. Hey Kyoko, Markham already mentioned it, but what was the key the Celeste gave you?
So...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What does that mean? Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey!
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, you better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed into the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked at us and said,
Hey.
I'm gonna go on alone first. From here, everyone head to the dining hall. I'll check with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
So...
You didn't have to ask. She spoke, she quickly glanced at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's a still risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please let me go. Standing here arguing is just gonna draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Bianca. You dumb bitch.
Well then.
Stan, it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Alright. So, Makoto and Kyoko are going together? Does that mean anything? Let me do this. Bruh.
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I try to forget what he said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko alone. They're alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then...
We need to get into that locker. Kyoko took the key, so as they given her and locked the locker. And with the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It's like she's spoken from the bottom of her heart. I did what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So?
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please wait just a while longer. So, now I'm going to officially say the case is officially closed. As for the incident concerned, but can we talk for a second? Give me an opportunity. I want to be honest. I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me. What have you been doing all on here at school?
You...
Is that why you want to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, it's not something you need to know right now. I don't. You know? That makes me want to know. That makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried. Like, what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning you, without explanation. When you do that...
Indeed.
It's only natural that they think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too? No. I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? So that's what I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand. So yeah. I'm simping again. I have a problem. Send help. I'm a simp for fucking video game characters because no one loves me IRL. Anyway.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
First, fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see... What I heard from Kyoko then was... Well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided to confirm what she told me with my own two eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come. And when it did, I went into action. Huh.
Correct.
Boys' bathroom second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. Oh. Wait, really? This is the boys' bathroom. So... Oh, there isn't a camera and monitor in here. Oh wait, what's that? Yeah. It's the wall. Just said earlier, it's back so seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the store's closet and suddenly they're being yanked in. I had no idea what's going on. But I'd fallen to the back of the storage closet. Huh. So it turned out, back of the room was like a revolving door, and I made my way to the other side. Just like Kyoko said.
Correct.
The boys second, yeah. Secret room. The fact that it's still chapter 3 is amazing, I'll be honest. There's a bunch of files. Yeah. I think Kyoko's been looking at this. Turn my attention to it. You must not leave. It's kind of weird. I understand why. I understand, like, you can't leave, but you must not leave. My head feels funny. A strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. How do I know? What don't I know? Wait, what? A strange sound came ringing out of my head. It feels like I was shaking my brain back and forth, and then darkness. I understand what's happening. I don't know what's getting in. It's all over. With that, I opened my eyes. I don't know how long it's been. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much, at least. Just a normal desk with normal drawers. But an empty bookshelf. Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even a note that's fallen on the floor. It's all gone. What does this mean? I'm not being absorbed anymore. The intense pain in my head begins to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy pain. Fucking hell. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. The further I walked, the further I felt more. Things are getting blurry. I can't see in front of me. I can stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that? Huh? As thrown back since I hear no sound. It was faint, but undeniable. A sound. Is it coming from the gym? As I just held my shaking frame towards the gym, the sound just got stranger and stranger. What's going on? Can't be nothing. Is it here in the gym? I didn't make a sound when I opened the gym door to the gym. It's coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Before me there raged a battle beyond humanly possible. No, one side's not human, that's for sure. Bros, I couldn't even stop staring. I've got to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
Wait, what? The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? And could it be the mastermind spy is... Well then. Thank you. Very cool. Okay, so, yeah, fuck this shit, man. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm tired of this game. Wait, I literally just got here. Anyway, I just saved. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. I'm tired.